Will some people be offended by Unicorn Wars? Probably. It has a teddy bear penis in the first few minutes of the movie. There's a ton of bloodshed and gore. There's drug use. There's homoerotic cuddling, but I also think that might be just a teddy bear thing. I don't know. But this movie is wild, and it's not looking to be edgy for the sake of being edgy. This isn't filled with South Park jokes. It's filled with an exploration of the human experience during war, but with unicorns and pastel teddy bears. Hey, my name's Josh Taylor, and this is Modern Mouse. If you're new here, I usually talk about Disney or other major animation productions or family films, things like that. But starting with this video, I wanted to start highlighting and recommending some animated films that maybe people have never heard of, and do it every so often. So with that said, I want to take this moment to talk about the movie Unicorn Wars.
Malditos unicornios.
Sí, bebámonos su sangre. ¿Qué está ocurriendo?
Unicorn Wars is a Spanish animated film from Alberto Vasquez, so yes, some of you may need to turn on the subtitles like I did. On the surface, it's a brightly colored story about a long-standing war between unicorns and teddy bears. The story focuses on two brothers who have opposing views of life, and throughout the movie, you get flashbacks to their childhood to further understand how they came to be the teddy bears that they are now. It's really well-paced and fantastically written. And I love how this film looks. The colors are vibrant, the backgrounds have this sort of Mary Blair-esque element to them that I love, and there's this great hybrid of 2D and 3D animation. It's so seamless, in fact, that it took me almost until the ending before I recognized that this film has both elements to it. And this might be my favorite use of the hybrid technology that we've been seeing recently from full-length films. Beyond the bright pastel colors here is something really moving though. Yeah, there's gore, there's weird unnecessary nudity, and very wild scenes featuring drug-laced caterpillars, I think. Again, I'm not sure. But the juxtaposition between all of the insanity and the real human ideas within this film leaves a lasting impact. This film brings up ideas about generational hate and racism, nationalism, deforestation, how religion and war go together. I could honestly go on and on because this stupid movie about cuddling teddy bears got me thinking about the larger world around me and the impact of war, government, and religion. It's just not hard to make a connection between something like this film in Vietnam or America's war in Iraq or the long-standing battles in Palestine and Israel. I'm not saying that people dying in a genocide is equivalent to unicorns stabbing teddy bears, but you can definitely see the connection as you watch this film or as you think about this film afterwards. I don't want to give much away for the plot, but there's a scene in the forest where the teddy bears hear a group of unicorns coming. What's a group of unicorns? A pack? A rainbow?
Hey everybody, look! A rainbow.
Sure. A rainbow of unicorns comes rushing at the teddy bears, and in a moment of pure belief in his religion, a priest pulls the pin on a hand grenade and sacrifices himself. It stands out because of how justified this character feels and how calm he is. He did something that not only took his life, but the lives of a couple other unicorns. The other teddy bears look on in distress because they were almost killed, but they also just witnessed a bunch of death and destruction. I mean, if they don't end up dead, basically the rest of their lives, they're going to think about this moment in very negative ways, or be impacted by it in negative ways. PTSD is going to stick with these characters for the rest of their lives. But something that stuck with me, I think even more so, is the calmness that this priest has in pulling the hand grenade. Because it feels like he's willing to die for his religion or his country, and is completely open about it. And call it brainwashing or whatever you want, but I just feel like you can't be that calm moments before a kamikaze death unless you've been told something. And maybe that's just me, but religion and government play such a major part in this moment. And it's difficult not to think of how people are taught to do anything for their country or their god, and that includes death. One of the great things I love about animation or anthropomorphized creatures in animation is that I think you can get away with a lot more in terms of holding up a mirror to humanity and showing the worst of us. It's just more palpable than a film like Saving Private Ryan or Oppenheimer. Those films are important and you should see them, but an animated movie can be much more upfront with its message and not feel like it's beating you over the head. And for me, it wasn't until the ending of this film that I felt the impact of what had really happened. There are some obvious moments when I felt like this was specifically about religion's ties to devastating war, or when you see nationalism or toxic war culture and how it can create monsters out of people. But I sat on this film for a few days and it got me thinking about how people are born into wars and are brought up being taught that they're better and more deserving of life than others. I mean, yeah, I still thought about the cute cuddly characters and the pastel colors and the weird drug sequence, but it also made me think about how we're willing to kill each other and kill animals or even destroy ecosystems for the sake of land ownership or for the sake of belief in a god or a government, or that my book is better than your book. Ultimately, this is a horror film and one that you definitely should not watch with children around. This is very R-rated, but it has a message about who we are right now and offers no solutions, because the truth is that those solutions are difficult to get to. Similar to Tim Burton's earlier work, Vasquez has created a film dripping in color to tell kind of a bleak story. Yeah, there are characters named Coco and Bluey and Tubby. Yes, they're teddy bears and unicorns and rainbows, but that only makes the bloodshed and tears that much more devastating. Also, like the penis thing, right? Like, don't let your kids watch this. But if you're not turned off by subtitles or anything else that I've said, I really do recommend this film. In a year that there's been so much good animation in 2023, to me, this film stands out. And because it hasn't been seen by a lot of people, it hasn't been talked about enough. And that's why I'm recommending it. I think that people should be talking about this film more. It's just kind of a hidden gem. I don't know, maybe it's the language barrier, maybe it's the shocking R-rated violence and weird teddy bear nudity, maybe it's getting a more global audience, but as an American moviegoer, I heard almost nothing about this movie, and it's a shame because it's great. It actually might be one of my favorite animated films of 2023. And if you've seen it, leave a comment down below and let me know your thoughts. Or if you haven't seen it, if you want to check it out now, or if this seems like something you just wouldn't be interested in. Leave your thoughts. I'd love to hear from you. And in the meantime, thank you for watching and keep moving forward.